past. I'm sick of feeling like I just keep chasing, but that'll never be that fast. Just leave me alone, I'll do it.
Sup, this is Kevin Cornish, and I'm back with another one. So, I failed to mention in the last part, Deku has only activated his armored state twice since he's gotten it. So, he activated once when he was 6 years old, second time when he was about 11 or 12 years old, and such, due to him requiring chi to at least use the arm. But chi is in everything. Chi is in my cat's hair, chi is in my hair, chi is in my fingernails, chi is in my fan. Chi is everywhere and anywhere it needs to be. So the storylines fits with him activating it for a brief second when he was a kid, activating it for 30 seconds when he was 12 years old, and after the training with All Might and him receiving All for One, due to All Might just, seeing greatness within the boy and not knowing his full capability. Deku himself doesn't even know his full capability, but beyond being the greatest hero known to the My Hero world, he'll be the strongest hero at the end of this. Just letting y'all know, because the show, Ian Fist, he was overpowered due to, and some speculation in Discord claims that Eon Kid with his full power is even stronger than All Might. So we're gonna keep it as more realistic as possible. So without further ado, let's get straight into this. So in the last part we left off, there will be no recap. So I apologize, I forgot I wasn't supposed to recap because of the out of recent videos which I recently adopted. No recapping, just jump straight into it. So where we left off was they were at home. Uraraka and Deku was at Deku's place because they hang a lot. They and Deku's mom constantly, jokes about him and her going out, but they blush and, like say, stop messing around or stop saying stuff like that. Deku says to his mom, and it's like, Uraraka, yes, has a crush on Deku already, because this is not the first time Deku saved her life. Not the second. He's a hero in his own right. He's just a born hero. Let's say it like this, right? So they were waiting. They both got their mail and stuff, and they were like hesitating to, open it. And when they opened it, they were like, dun, 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 dun. All my, hologram showed up, telling them that they passed the test and giving them another speech of, the hero, like the extra points that are hero points and stuff. And Uraraka got like, a good solid 80 points because of stuff, and Deku had 108, 120 points, and hero points he had the 80, and Uraraka had 70 in hero points or whatever we gotta say about him. So they celebrated, and their mom took them out to get ice cream and stuff. In this one, Uraraka's parents aren't struggling for money. They're not rich, but they're not struggling either. And there's no kind of sickness that I could put on her parents to, kind of make her a very depressing girl. No, her goal is none of this. Her goal is to, keep up with Deku, to walk alongside Deku. So she's gonna get stronger she's going to get strong as much as Deku gets strong as well, just to keep up with the one she loves, because she loves him anyway. So after getting their ice cream, getting ready for school and stuff, preparing their books, their uniform and stuff, they went to UA, got looking at the gate, can't believe, my bad, I'm fucking slipping up on the tongue today for some reason. Can't believe that they're finally here. Deku still slips up, but then Uraraka is right there with the quick draw and just tapping him and says, no, not to be nervous, Deku, we made it. And Bakugo was walking in at the same time. He's like, move out of the way, losers, pushing both Deku and Uraraka. This kind of, upsets Deku a little bit. But Uraraka, just tell him to calm down. And it's nothing to worry about because Bakugo is just a jerk and stuff. And he'll never change. But he's a cool, he's friendly when he wants to be and stuff. Because when Uraraka got captured, Bakugo was in the crowd. He got scared. He wanted to help fucking Uraraka, but his body just wouldn't let him. The sludge villain looked so dangerous, and his fire wouldn't help. And when he saw Deku and turned into his armored state, he's like, that's his quirk and stuff like that. And they go on. So they reach in, and everyone's sitting making a lot of noise. Deku and Uraraka are just waiting for the teacher to come in because they're respectable students. They're not fucking loud like the rest. And unbeknownst to them, that the teacher is already in the class sleeping. This is Night Eye. No, this is Eraserhead, or whatever his name is again. Eraserhead, he finally fucking gets up and tells them to shut up! And they all shut up as, stuff. And, Eraserhead tells them, let's go outside and, we're gonna just play around with, they're gonna just play around with their quirk. Use their quirk as much as they can. And Deku's like, really? That's the first thing we do as we enter the fucking academy? And he's like, yeah, we're gonna assess how far or how strong or what your quirk is most suited for and stuff. So Deku's like, oh. And Eraserhead is like, what's with the arm and stuff like that? And he said, oh, when I was a kid, this attached itself to me, and it would never come off after that. I've seen many doctors, scientists in order to help take it off, but they cannot, and it's covered by this force field, which won't let it be destroyed or tampered with, except for me or some, I don't know why. And they go. So again, Deku and Uraraka with Bakugo and Icy Hat. Sorry, I didn't look up his name. I have work. I'm a gardener. I work fucking 16 hours a day. Plus, I try to make sure I record as many what ifs before I put it up. You know how many times I recorded this? How many times? This is like the fourth one out of 6. This one is better. So I cut that and put this in here. So don't worry about it. And so again, Deku, Uraraka, Bakugo, Icy Hot, and that slick girl, they were top of the class with high scores. Deku in strength is like, ooh. And again, this kind of pisses off Bakugo and Icy Hot, and they haven't formed the alliance is yet to the training alliance, because they're not gonna form an alliance to fucking pick on Deku. They're gonna form an alliance to fucking catch up to him, because he's displaying power and not being nonchalant about it. He's like, even Deku himself doesn't believe this, because when they told him to throw the ball, he and Uraraka got infinite, because then it never came down. It fucking just, when he threw it, he didn't even use. He only used 20%, 15% of all for one, and a bit of chi from himself, and it was enhanced by the arm, and it just went boom, flying in outer space, probably fucking bursting through the moon, and kept going. I don't know. Yeah, probably it's anime. It's fictionary, so I could do that if I want to. So it did do that actually. And Uraraka the same way, but she floated hers, and it's like, oh, it's gone. And so the rest of the in practice preliminaries or the in stuff that they do, especially the one where Deku throws the bomb, that doesn't happen. He just flows right through, but this time he lost. He didn't come in first like in canon. He came in second due to Uraraka was training as well. Remember this. Let's all put this in mind. Uraraka was training with All Might and a few other ninjas recommended by All Might, and All Might told them, and keep this on the down low, because they also know the All Might's secret, and he's like, I'm training these one to take over my fucking place, but not telling them. Apologize for a second there, my phone just glitched, but anyway, so he didn't tell anyone which one is exactly his successor. In fact, they didn't know that All Might could actually transfer his quirk to another person. They just know that he's training his successor, one of the two or just the two of them. So Deku didn't win this time. Of course, Uraraka is kind of competitive with Deku, even though she loves him. She still tries to do her own thing and tries to best him in certain spots, because then he already won two of the fucking stuff. He came in first with two of them, and kind of irritates Uraraka a little bit. So it's the time to time skip, because then that part is a little boring. Oh, what I forgot to mention, this guy I'm putting on the screen right now, him, I can't really remember his name at this moment, was friends with Deku from the beginning. So they talk, Uraraka kind of find him irritating because of his attitude. He's like, kind of emo-ish, but around Deku, he's like, yo, Deku, what's the plan for today? Things like this. But when other people comes around, he's like, what do you want? And stuff. So he'll be placed in the hero study as well with Deku. So keep in mind, he will be around for certain stuff. I don't know why I haven't put him in here, but when I consulted with the original owner of this What If, he told me to put him in, so I will be putting him in. Granted, I don't know much about this little nigga, but he said it would be cool because of what will be happening next. So everything's happened. So it's a training camp or the training something where they have all this obstacle and the Nomu shows up. So we're at that point. I can't remember how that was called, but we're at the point where the Nomu shows up. Let's say a couple hours before the Nomu shows up. And yo, did Yue get attacked already by then? No, that's the first time it gets attacked. Yeah. Anyway, so this is the present time where a couple hours from now the Nomu will be attacking, and Night Eye and that other spacesuit looking hero was debriefing the students on what is going to happen, telling them about the fake villains and stuff, and they should clear all the obstacles and succeed in this test. And they're all excited until the villain starts appearing and the doors start closing and stuff, and what's his name, that guy with a mask in his face shows up and started wreaking havoc, and he was trying to capture as many of the young hero as possible because he wants to experiment on them or something. So, or no, they're here to kill All Might actually, because then they think they finally found a way that they could accomplish this feat with the Nomu, of course. And since everything was locked off, communication was cut off and all this, and the students were separated into various areas, and so they got separated in their own individual area, and Deku still gives a speech about them not knowing our individual quirk, and so they made all kind of mistakes, which allowed the students to get the upper hand and stuff. So apparent everyone, Deku said, let's, we got to take out the leader, and the entire group would probably escape and stuff. So Deku went into the forefront and tries attacking, the guy with a mask hand on the face, and he got intercepted by the Nomu. Deku trying his best to keep up with tries to block and tries to hit and tries to punch and tries to everything. He goes up to the limit that he can use for all for one with the smash, and he tries to go over that limit, but he noticed that it's not working and his arm isn't broken, and he's like, oh, what's going on? And he keeps on wailing on the Nomu, but then the Nomu got serious and start beating on Deku, with Deku being severely injured. Remember, he hasn't activated his armored state as yet. He's just using all for one at his maximum capability and going a little bit over, knowing that his arms aren't being broken and stuff. So, and with the UA exam, Deku came in second, Icy Hot came in first, or something like that, and Bakugo came in third as per usual, and stuff. So that's what happened to the ending of that UA festival stuff. So don't get freaky about it. Oh yes, and that's when they attacked, actually. But anyway, we're here already, and hopefully you all understand. I'll probably clear up this in episode 3 if I get enough likes, comments, in maybe 8 more subscribers. Just 8 more subscribers, and I'll be doing amazing. I'll be fucking happy, and I'll probably upload twice a day for 2 days. Haha. But anyway, so Deku is finally getting his ass whooped by the Nomu. The Nomu is doing more damage than necessary, and he's not passed up, but he's on the verge too when Uraraka and this guy, I keep forgetting his name. I should look it up, but he's on the screen right now. Here he is. And tries to protect Deku, but the Nomu proceeded to hit them away, and Deku seeing this, there's a form that I think I didn't reach to this episode in Iron Kid. It was just told to me, so he got really angry seeing that this Nomu just hit 2 of his best friends, 2 of the one who've never disrespected him, understands his goals and appreciate his fucking raw tenacity. This Nomu he didn't just do that, and all of a sudden a red fucking aura mixed with a little bit of green and a little bit of yellow. He went like Kaioken, Super Saiyan Blue, Super Saiyan, all at the same time. I know this is the only way I could reference this, and his armored state changed a little bit. It went a little bit, kind of cooler looking, a little taller and stuff, and he's like, how dare you, shit like that, how dare you touch them? And he starts wailing on the Nomu. Granted that he is out of control after, fucking up the Nomu. The Nomu wasn't passed out as yet. He did fairly good damage to the Nomu. And, of course the Nomu is going to regenerate himself. And Deku, using up his last remainder amount of chi, is losing control, and if he goes on like this, he will die. Suddenly the Nomu just burst into cubes, and he was someone sliced him up. By the time we noticed, he was like in tiny cubes. And dramatic entrance, dun dun dun. An old 3,000-year-old Goth appeared in, hitting Deku on the forehead, because Deku was he's using the last bit of his chakra, but he's acting like he's not chakra but chi, but he's acting like he has fucking unlimited reserve. Goth knowing this, knows he's going to die in 5 minutes. Hit him in a place where the arm will deactivate, actually shutting down Deku's entire chi system, his mind, his spirit, and stuff. And this guy, the mask guy, what's his name again? But anyway, fucking All For One subordinate sees this and he's like, there's no way, how can this be, who is this person? And he turns around and tells them, it's best that you leave, because your trump card is filleted. He's being a little cool about it and stuff. And they and the villains, they promptly leave. Everyone around is like, whoa, who is this Rust Bucket? Because he is, like I said, 3,000 years old. And here's where we're going to get into it a little technically. So remember the first time Deku found the Fist of Aeon? It wasn't no accident. Gift actually cut the floor, allowing Deku to fall down and placing the arm in such a way that Deku will find him. And seeing this, he was the one who alerted the police that he's, there's someone down in the pit. And throughout the years, he's been keeping an eye on Deku. Reason why: Deku is a descendant of the Aeon family. Yes, this is the only reason Deku can use the arm. If he wasn't a descendant of the Aeon family, the arm would just be basically that, an arm, a toy or something. That's why Deku is able to, and that's why he was, remember, it takes enormous amount of chi and, spiritual, mental, and physical control in order to activate this if you're not if you're not a part of the Aeon family. So enough explanation about that. Thank you, Liam, or number 8, for helping me out with this one, because as I said, I work 16 hours a day every day except for Sunday, and I still try my best to do this. And sometimes it goes over, because then we do gardening based on the timing of the moon. And if the moon cycle is at 1 o'clock in the morning, I'm gonna be working 1 o'clock in the morning. Damn it. So, anyway, enough rambling about me. Hard worker here. Every hard worker pat themselves in the back. Hit it. I'm an arm. But anyway, so that guy with a speed boost still found a way to get out, and alerted All Might. All Might, appearing and seeing Goth standing next to an unconscious Deku. All Might would go into a blind rage, and attacking Goth, thinking that Goth is the intruder. He's the villain that's trying to kidnap kids. But no. But like I said, it's rumored that, the Aeon family, or Goth, or Aeon himself, is stronger than Deku. If you don't agree with this and you don't like it, hit the comment section below. Tell me what you think about it, and I'll address that in a situation I know I can handle. Other than that, go hit up Liam's What If page and ask him why he thinks the Aeon Fist is stronger than All Might. Anyway, let's get back to this. So, yes, I have to make what's his name lose, but Aeon is like, Goth is like, wait, it's not like that. I know, and All Might is just throwing furies of punches with this 3,000-year Goth, evading it with just elegance of, sting like a butterfly. I mean, fly like a butterfly and sting like a bee elegance. You know what I mean? Till he gets really tired of this, and he does a Beerus move, chopping All Might behind his neck. But because he's been watching Deku ever since he got the arm, he knows of All Might's true form, him being a kind and protective being, threw his cape over All Might and standing over and telling this, what's his name? Night Eye? No, not Night Eye. Fucking Eraserhead and the next spacesuit looking team to, evacuate the kids and make sure, bring in the rest. And after they evacuated the kids, a bunch more heroes come, surrounds Goth, and Goth explains that, he's a protector and he who you're protecting, and he then points to Deku on the ground and he says to him that, he's the only being that can train Deku, because if he uses that power again, he will die. So I promise he promised he's not here for malicious intent. He is the guardian of the Aeon Fist, or he's the guardian of the Aeon family, and young Midoriya is a descendant of the Aeon family, which, as I explained earlier, he couldn't be able to use the arm if he wasn't a descendant of the Aeon family, frankly speaking. And I'm not changing that. Plot armor revealed that it's awesome. And I'm glad that I got the opportunity to take over this What If. I'm not fully going to be taking over, because if Leon decides he wants to do his version of this, I will gladly proclaim this a copy of Ian What If's What Ifs. You know what I mean? So we go, and a few weeks have passed. Deku is now, warmed up to Goth, even though Goth, did him dirty in the beginning. Deku has learned a lot about the use of his arm throughout this past week, and he had a more rigorous training with Goth almost, breaking a few of his bones. But because of the Aeon Fist is his healing factor, I don't know if it has a healing factor. I'm just giving it a healing factor, so don't get angry with it. Screw y'all. Anyway, so we go on to where they go to the camp. A month later, right? A month later, Deku has learned the basic and minimum of the arm and how it's utilized, and how to, perfectly activate the armor at will. His chi control is, not perfect, but not bad either. It's like in between good and great, but not perfect. But anyway, this is where we're going to leave this off. This is Kevin Carnage. Like and subscribe. See you next time.
And now you better back down, 'cause
Wait, damn minute. What I really wanted to say, because that ending was so quick. Go and check out the links in the description. Six Master Kids, Zeus, and Leon What If, just to mention a few. They all make amazing What If. Well, not Liam. I haven't seen one of his videos. For some reason, he haven't uploaded shit. But go check out the videos. The links below. Also, do like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you think about it and what you don't like about it. Bet you love this one, because I'm amazing, right? So, without further ado, nigga, get to work. See you in the next one.
And now you better back down, 'cause I'm coming for you. 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 lost, I'm sick